We all know the normal story of how the elites want you to believe World War II happened. Germany lost World War I and got humiliated by the Entente. Anger boiled over and Germany found itself under the leadership of a man with a funny mustache. Germany started expanding and then found itself at war with the Western powers. Germany and allies shortly controlled most of Europe until the combined allied powers pushed them back and defeated Germany. If this is a story of World War II that you still believe, then I'm sorry to say, it's nothing more than a childish fantasy. A propaganda piece for the current world order. As a history YouTuber, I feel like it's my duty to relate to you the real, true story of how World War II transpired and introduce you to the unsung heroes of history. Be warned, this video will spoil the historical documentary Kung Fury linked in the description below. It is absolutely one of the most enjoyable movies I've ever seen, and certainly my favorite historical documentary. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, check it out first. It's only 30 minutes long and free to watch on YouTube. Now, I've just explained to you how World War II as the elites want you to know it happened, but among a select few brave and genius historical circles, a different story was widely shared. Germany was a nation in ruin following the end of World War I, but there was one man who could save the nation from ruin, or so he claimed. Unrivaled in his fashion sense, he began his rise to power in Germany. Mostly unknown to casual audiences, however, he was also a master in the art of Kung Fu. He declared himself the Kung Führer of Germany, and he focused all efforts of the German state onto experimentation into the art of Kung Fu. What were the goals of these experiments? Well, there was an ancient prophecy of the Kung Fury. The prophecy foretold that there was a chosen one, destined to master the art of Kung Fu to perfection. This is what the Kung Führer was chasing. But after years of experimentation, even his top scientists failed to make any progress. The Kung Führer disappeared from Germany after his main headquarters was destroyed under mysterious circumstances, allowing the Allied powers to move in and occupy Germany. This was the view on World War II as believed by true historians until 2015. In that year, however, a new in-depth historical documentary was released, Kung Fury. While history books and the casual historians have yet to change their views on World War II, Kung Fury has finally revealed the true version of events that transpired during World War II. I will now reveal to you what really happened during that war. But first, a message from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is not some big company, but Julius Janeliūnas, an author of alternate history novels. His main works revolve around the Bronze Horus series, a series of political thrillers which take place in an alternate universe where the Bronze Age collapse was averted, and the main players of the era continue to advance into the Industrial Age and beyond. The story is mainly told from the perspective of the Egyptian kingdom, the most powerful state in this world, with the focus being on the Egyptian royal envoy who travels across the known world dealing with various political crises. There are currently 3 published books in the series, available as ebooks as well as in physical form on Amazon for only $9.99 per ebook or $17.99 for a physical version. Link in the description below. I'm currently reading the series myself and I highly encourage you to check it out too. In the description you can also find another link to his Discord server where Julius posts updates, memes and other content about the books, and this is also a perfect space for people to discuss the content of the books. Be sure to check that out as well. With that said, let's dive back into the video. We find ourselves in the typical city of the 21st century as we would all recognize it. Street crime is rampant as gangs kickflip cop cars throughout the city. Disco is still the most popular music genre as people use the objectively best mode of transport, skateboard, to get anywhere. The most popular pastime, video game arcades, still makes up 25% of the American GDP. I know what you're all thinking, PH, you're just describing literally any American city, how does this lead to World War II? Allow me to explain. As suddenly, an arcade machine comes to life, a relatively common event, and it starts rampaging around the city. The police is fully incapable of containing the threat, which is where we meet the first of our forgotten, unsung heroes of history, Kung Fury himself. Starting from humble origins, Kung Fury used to be a normal cop, having his best friend and mentor as a partner on the job. On one fateful day, however, Kung Fury and his partner have an intense confrontation with a ninja, which results in the demise of Kung Fury's partner. Kung Fury himself too seems doomed, until suddenly he is struck by lightning while being bitten by a cobra at the same time. This would mark a radical transformation within Kung Fury, as this revealed that the Kung Fury prophecy was about him and he became the best goddamn cop in Miami, despite admittedly being a bit of a loose cannon. After an intense and epic confrontation, Kung Fury would manage to defeat the rampaging arcade machine and save the city. Instead of praise, however, Kung Fury would get chewed out by his boss for destroying a whole city block during the fight, being forced to take on Triceracop as a partner. Kung Fury, unwilling to have a partner, quits the force instead. But then, disaster strikes, as Kung Fury's boss gets a mysterious phone call. What was being said is lost to history, but suddenly, bullets start flying out of the phone, causing mass casualties within the police department, until Kung Fury manages to pacify the situation. This is where we meet the most crucial actor in stopping Germany during World War II, Hackerman. Widely regarded as one of the most powerful hackers of all time, Hackerman manages to trace the call back to one man, the Kung Fuhrer. How he managed to appear in the modern day is still today an unsolved mystery, but Kung Fury decides that there is only one thing that he can do. He needs to travel back in time to kill the Kung Fuhrer, preventing the Kung Fuhrer from traveling back into the future. Hackerman manages to download enough RAM to hack Kung Fury back in time, but oh no, something goes horribly wrong. We find our hero back in time, but not in the 40s. Kung Fury finds himself in the Viking Age, quickly being attacked by laser raptors, some of the top tier predators of the meta at the time. Luckily for our hero, Barbarianna manages to show up right on time, saving Kung Fury from the laser raptors. Barbarianna links Kung Fury up with Katana, who takes Kung Fury on a T-Rex ride to Asgard. There, Kung Fury talks to the god Thor, completing our ragtag band of time-traveling heroes. Thor then creates a portal through which Kung Fury can reach 1940s Germany. Through great stealth, Kung Fury manages to infiltrate the base of the Kung Fuhrer, and he begins to make his way through the hordes of German soldiers. After an epic battle where Kung Fury, by himself, takes down countless opponents, Kung Fury suddenly finds himself hit by a salvo of bullets. The Kung Fuhrer had a hidden Gatling gun, with which he surprises and strikes Kung Fury. Our hero seems to have failed in his mission, as he drops to the ground. But by this point, when all hope seems lost for the good guys, a giant suddenly appears and lands in the German base. You guessed it, it's Thor, having traveled through time to help Kung Fury in this fateful showdown. But Thor is not alone, as our full team of heroes now present themselves. T-Rex, Hackerman, Triceracop, Barbarianna and Katana all appear as well. The German forces stand no chance against this assembly of heroes. With the dust settled, Hackerman realizes that Kung Fury is mortally wounded, but luckily, he manages to hack away his wound. Restored in his strength, Kung Fury zones in on the Kung Fuhrer, going for an uppercut against the dictator, after which Thor, with a massive stroke of his hammer, destroys the Kung Fuhrer. Strangely, nothing remained of the Kung Fuhrer, but I'm sure that's fine. And that's it. That's a true story behind World War II that the elites don't want you to know about. A story of heroism and sacrifice. I think it's about time that Kung Fury, Hackerman, Thor, Triceracop, Barbarianna, Katana and the T-Rex get the recognition they deserve for protecting Earth as we know it from the domination of Germany and their Kung Fuhrer. The main reason I made this video is to highly recommend to everyone to watch this historical documentary, as this short summary can by no means come close to the actual genius of the movie. So, again, check out Kung Fury from the link in the description. With that said, I will thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing and leaving a like and a comment to help out against the algorithm. A special thanks to Lord Atlantean, Yoshi, Jonathan White, Alexander Brown, Predator, Greyshot151, John, Przemek Petrotsky, Firelord Marklin, Dinkelberg and Slayer for supporting me on Patreon. Consider supporting me there for 2 weeks of early access to videos and a shout out at the end of every video. Again, thank you all for watching and goodbye.